Welcome to my channel Worldwise. Everybody is looking for the ultimate escape story, but few know the real secrets behind Alcatraz. In the middle of San Francisco Bay sits Alcatraz, a lonely island shrouded in mist and mystery. Its silhouette rises from the water like a fortress, both haunting and iconic. For decades it was more than a landmark. It was a symbol of isolation and inescapable punishment. Jagged rocks, frigid waters, and powerful currents made it the ultimate prison fortress. The bay's icy embrace was a natural moat, discouraging escape. The rock was built to be escape-proof, housing America's most notorious criminals. Its walls were thick, its gates unyielding. Its greatest defense? Isolation. The city was close enough to see, but impossibly far for those trapped inside. Alcatraz was a world apart, where hope was dangerous and escape seemed impossible. The very air seemed heavy with despair. The message was clear. If you were sent to Alcatraz, you were there to stay. The gates closed with finality, and hope was left behind on the mainland. But beneath the silence, a daring plan was taking shape. The fortress was about to be tested like never before. 4 men arrived who would challenge Alcatraz's legend. Frank Morris, a quiet genius with a history of escapes, became the ringleader. John and Clarence Anglin, resourceful brothers and skilled craftsmen, joined him. Alan West, a car thief with a knack for spotting weaknesses, completed the team. West discovered a flaw in the cell wall, a crumbling vent. Together, they formed an unlikely alliance, united by desperation and a shared dream of freedom. Each man faced decades behind bars. Escape was their only hope. They began to believe the impossible might be possible. The plan was set in motion, and the countdown to the greatest escape in Alcatraz history began. They were ready to risk everything for a chance at life beyond the rock. Alan West's discovery of a weakened vent sparked the most daring escape plan in Alcatraz history. What seemed like a small flaw became the key to a possible way out, a glimmer of hope in a place designed to crush it. Each night, the men secretly chipped away at the crumbling concrete, knowing just beyond was an unguarded utility corridor, a hidden passage to freedom. This dark, cramped corridor ran behind their cells, out of sight from the guards, offering a route no one had dared to try before. The plan? Climb the maze of pipes to the roof, risking everything for a shot at freedom. But the real challenge was the bay itself, frigid, churning waters that could sap a man's strength in minutes. To survive, they built a raft from raincoats, crafted paddles, and planned to vanish into the night. Dummy heads on their pillows would fool the guards, buying precious hours before anyone noticed they were gone. The night of reckoning drew closer. Soon they would put their plan to the ultimate test. Their tools were improvised masterpieces. Metal spoons became chisels. A vacuum cleaner motor turned into a drill. They hid their work with fake vent covers made from cardboard, painted to match the walls. Dummy heads, sculpted from soap, toilet paper, and real hair, fooled the guards at night. The men collected over 50 raincoats, crafting a 14-foot inflatable raft and paddles in a secret rooftop workshop. They vulcanized seams using hot steam pipes, making the raft watertight. Every step was a blend of patience and ingenuity. The decoys and raft were their ticket to freedom, or a watery grave. Months of labor came down to a single night. The tools were ready. The men were too. The stage was set for the most daring escape in American history. June 11th, 1962. Fog blanketed the island. After lockdown, Morris and the Anglin brothers placed their dummy heads and slipped into the utility corridor. Alan West, trapped by his own cemented vent, struggled desperately but couldn't break free in time. The others climbed to the roof, carrying their makeshift raft and paddles. They navigated the rooftop, slid down a smokestack, and reached the water's edge. The fog hid their movements from the guards and towers. West, left behind, returned to his cell, his chance lost. Guards, fooled by the decoys, marked the men as present. By morning, 3 men had vanished from the world's most secure prison. The impossible had happened. Alcatraz's legend was shattered. The greatest prison break in history was underway. Morning revealed the truth. 3 cells empty, dummy heads on pillows. Alcatraz went into lockdown. A massive manhunt began. Alan West confessed, revealing every detail of the plan. He showed investigators the crumbling vent, the hidden corridor, and the rooftop workshop. West's account gave the FBI a blueprint of the escape. The men had exploited forgotten infrastructure and outwitted the system. Without West's confession, the mechanics of the breakout might have remained a mystery. The authorities pieced together the timeline, awed by the plan's brilliance. The escapees had turned patience and ingenuity into their greatest weapons. West's failure became the world's window into the plot. The legend of the Alcatraz escape was born. The hunt for the missing men was on. The world watched, captivated. The final test was the bay itself. The men inflated their raincoat raft on the island's northeast shore, hidden from guards. Their goal, Angel Island, then the mainland, and freedom. The raft, crafted from prison raincoats and plywood paddles, was a marvel of desperation. Timing was everything. They launched with the tide, hoping to avoid being swept out to sea. The search was immediate and relentless. Boats, helicopters, and patrols scoured the bay. Evidence surfaced: a paddle, a wallet, raincoat fragments on Angel Island. Authorities concluded the men drowned, their bodies lost to the currents. The case was closed, but doubts lingered. No bodies were ever found. The mystery deepened. The story didn't end with the official report. In fact, it was only the beginning of a mystery that would haunt investigators, families, and the public for generations. The escape from Alcatraz became more than just a daring act. It became a legend that refused to fade. No bodies, no closure. Rumors of survival persisted for decades. The authorities scoured the bay and beyond, but the men seemed to have vanished without a trace, leaving behind only questions and speculation. The Anglin family claimed to receive postcards, phone calls, and even cryptic messages over the years. Each new piece of correspondence reignited hope and suspicion, keeping the story alive in the public imagination. There was even a photo from Brazil, showing 2 men who resembled the Anglin brothers, fueling theories that they had started new lives far from American shores. Forensic analysis was inconclusive. The mystery only grew. Sightings, confessions, and wild stories surfaced from time to time, but none could be proven. The case became a puzzle with missing pieces. And then, a mysterious letter in 2013 fueled speculation once more. Was it truly from one of the escapees, or just another hoax? The letter hinted at survival, but offered no proof. The case remains open. The men still wanted. The FBI and U.S. Marshals have never officially closed the file, always leaving the door open for new leads or confessions. If alive, they'd be in their 90s. Decades have passed, and the world has changed. But the question of their fate lingers on. The escape became a symbol of hope, ingenuity, and the human spirit's refusal to surrender. It inspired books, films, and endless debate about what really happened that night. Alcatraz closed less than a year later, now a national park. The prison's legacy shifted from a place of punishment to a site of intrigue and wonder. Tourists walk the cell blocks, see the dummy heads, and imagine the impossible. They retrace the steps of the escapees, pondering whether freedom was ever truly within reach. The island stands as a monument to the unknown fate of 3 men who vanished into legend. Its misty shores echo with unanswered questions and the whispers of the past. Their story endures, a permanent part of American folklore. The tale of the Alcatraz escape continues to captivate, reminding us that some mysteries are never meant to be solved. The greatest prison break remains unsolved, its secrets lost to the fog and the sea. As long as Alcatraz stands, so too will the legend of those who dared to dream of freedom. If you want to keep exploring history's greatest mysteries, check out my next video, Watching Now.